This story is so powerful that everybody else is retelling it. So why not let the man himself, Joel Miller, retell his own story here. After a hard day at work, on my birthday, my daughter got me a present.
Where did you get the money for this?
Drugs.
As a parent, I was proud of her. On that same night, I was no longer a parent. In honor of my daughter's death, I became a smuggler. I smuggled everything from weapons, drugs, even body parts.
Oh, God damn it!
Marlene asked me to smuggle something that I have never smuggled before. A kid.
We're smuggling her?
I accepted her job. Considering there's nothing else to do in the city anyway.
What are you doing?
We took one step out of Boston and we were already being questioned. This child, Ellie, decided to attack her captors, so we had no choice but to kill them. She realized that was a bad idea because we found out that she was infected. I didn't really care she was infected, I just wanted to get paid, so we kept moving along. We made it to the meetup point, but it seemed like we missed the slaughter party.
It is over, Tess!
I already thought the situation was pretty hopeless, and then Tess decided to reveal that
Oh, Christ.
I had to continue this mission alone. At least Tess went out with dignity, unlike the other nonsense. I only had one other option left.
I need a car.
Yeah, sure, Joel. Go ahead. Take my car. Take all my food, too, while you're at it.
I couldn't believe that Bill was so generous to me. He even gave Ellie some things to read on our car trip over to Tommy's, which she tried to show me while I was driving, and we got into a car crash. While I was trying to regain some consciousness, some guys came over and grabbed us from the car. I promised Tess that I would finish this job, and Ellie was not gonna die on me. After the assault, I decided to teach her how to shoot a gun. I felt it was about time for her to take responsibility in taking other people's lives instead of having me do it all the time.
I got this.
I thought she did pretty well. A little too well. We made it pretty far into the city when all of a sudden we were assaulted again, this time by two brothers. We actually teamed up with them so we can make it out together. I wanted to thank them personally by taking them over to Tommy's with us, but they died the next morning. After months of treacherous hiking,
You ready to see dear old brother?
we finally made it to Tommy's, where we were greeted with sniper rifles and a warm hug. I let Miss Ellie take a look at the horses while Tommy and I were discussing her future.
All right.
I was gonna say goodbye to Ellie,
Joel.
and then she rode off on a horse. When I caught up to her, we had a discussion that was very angry,
Pretty goddamn stupid.
emotionally traumatizing,
Not her, you know.
Ellie?
and therapeutic.
Everyone I have cared for has either died or left me, except for you.
Damn it, I couldn't let anyone else have Ellie.
You're right.
We left Tommy behind so we can get to the university.
Adios, little brother.
I took Ellie on a campus tour where I had hoped. Fuck my life. Anyway, I took Ellie to the lab, but nothing ever comes easy, so we got ambushed. And I got pushed off a balcony. I couldn't really remember what happened after that just because I was blacking out, and I ended up wrapped up in a blanket for an entire winter.
See you in the morning, Ellie.
My instincts were telling me that Ellie was in trouble. So I woke up. I saw this guy that looked like he knew something, so I took him and his friend to Pound Town. Oh, I pounded them until they told me where my little Ellie was. I found a burning building where Ellie was making modern art out of a man's face. I stopped her to ensure that she never became a bloodthirsty murderer with a lust for revenge. We've traveled for about a year now, but we finally made it to the only operational hospital in this entire country. Ellie and I formed a real bond at that point. Nothing could separate us. I woke up to Marlene watching me in a bed.
Welcome to the Fireflies.
Let me see her, please.
You can't.
The whole hospital felt my wrath. I was soaked in blood when I made it to the operating room.
I won't let you take her.
I didn't care who those doctors were. They were not gonna take me away from my baby.
Come on, baby girl.
We went back to Jackson to spend the rest of our lives there. I was thinking about getting back into playing guitar or trying a new hobby. Maybe golf? Before we got there, I wanted to thank her for bringing me closure with my daughter. But she wanted me to tell her something that would define the course of our relationship forever.
Swear to me that everything that you said about the Fireflies is true.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, unless you want to try playing golf with Joel.